All right, I want to warn you today. I've had a lot of caffeine. And sometimes when you have a lot of caffeine, you can be a little bit of a dick. And so if I am today, apologize in advance. It's the caffeine. It's not my heart. So I just want you guys to know that sometimes 6-7 cups of coffee can equal unkindness and maybe rude. So as I answer your questions, you might see the where is it? The angry side of me, which I've locked away for about 9 years. Anyway, guys, welcome. What's up? How are you? Hey, let me give you a pro-life tip. If you have underwear that's a little bit too tight, like not so tight that you can't wear them, but they're just a little bit too tight, and you're saying to yourself, I'm gonna lose the weight, they're gonna fit, and you just keep wearing that shit, life is too short because you're not gonna lose the weight. I mean, you might, but the time that it takes to fit back into the underwear is you're losing quality of life. And if you find yourself always doing this shit, like especially if you ride a motorcycle and you just have underwear that's too tight riding up your ass, it's not good. It's gonna hunch your shoulders. You're gonna be it's a pebble in your shoe. You're gonna walk funny. Just stay away from it. Buy new underwear. And also, no more yellow socks, guys. 2021 is coming. You know, this isn't like the 80s where you have to get into your car to go buy new socks. Don't wear yellow socks. It's gross. You're going to feel better about yourself if you just wear socks without holes, without the stains, right? These are big things. Like thread count. Thread count's big. If you're going to save money, don't save money in the bedroom, because where you sleep, like you could have a shitty bed, but make sure your thread count is high so you feel like a king or a queen when you're in your bed. It's such a nest and a place where you recharge. So fuck the plastic sheets for 2021. You know what? If you want to give your friends and family a gift idea, bigger underwear, better quality, higher thread count. Okay. I want to start with a quote by Jerry Seinfeld. I was listening to him on the Tim Ferriss podcast, and he said that to be great is a game of tonnage. And I've never heard that term. I've never heard tonnage. I've never heard that word used in that way before. And I thought to myself, he's so right. If you want to be great at something, I think especially today, because we want things very fast, if you want to be great at something, it requires tonnage, it requires obsession, it requires rehearsal and practice daily. So whether you're a writer or whatever you're doing, whatever field you're in, if you want to be great at something, know that it is a game of tonnage. Know that it requires a lot of work and practice, effort, you know. I think one of the things that's wrong with the world today is people expect things and they want things fast, right? Especially to be great, they want it delivered because they ordered it on their app, and it doesn't work that way. It requires tonnage. All right, guys, let's get to your questions. Hey, if you're just dropping in, I was telling everyone here that I had a lot of caffeine today, and you could probably tell because I'm not using a lot of periods in my sentences, and sometimes caffeine translates into being a dick. So we'll see what happens. All right, so questions. Let's start with this one. This is a great question. I pre-ordered Single on Purpose for Audible. Are you the one reading it? Yes. That is, speaking of no periods in my sentences and me, it is me on my audiobook, and I'm very proud of that because it takes, I gotta say, guys, it takes fucking days and hours. Speaking of tonnage, sentence, because I'm not good at speaking, as you can tell. The director is always like, can you say that again? You forgot this. That's not how you say sentence. Like, that is coming at me, so it takes me a long time to get out an audiobook. So I purposely do that because I don't want anyone else saying my words. And so, yes, it is me. Thank you for asking. And it is technically out for pre-order, but I'm not releasing the link. Of course, you could just Google that shit on Amazon. But I'm waiting for stuff to line up, like my website and stuff, before I launch it out. But yes, technically it is available on pre-order if you just search for it on Amazon. Thank you for your support, by the way. See, the caffeine isn't that bad. I'm not a dick. I'm being kind right now. Someone asks, can someone not be ready for a relationship but actually be ready later? This whole thing of being ready for a relationship, I want to redefine this, okay? Because I don't think it's like one day you're ready, next day you're not. It's like having kids, man. You just do it. You just do it, right? The readiness, though, comes from if you are constantly going from one relationship to another relationship. Maybe you do need to be single on purpose for a while. You know what I'm saying? If you find yourself not wanting to be alone, and so you're minimizing, compromising, and just jumping from one lily pad to another lily pad, if you're always in a relationship because you can't be by yourself, then yes, you're probably not ready. You probably don't want to get into another relationship because you want to break that pattern. But like, are you ready for it? We're all ready. You know, we're ready because we're going to bring to the table what we have at where we're at. You know, I mean, if you think about our parents, were they ready to have children? Were they ready to be in a relationship? No, they just jumped into life and did it, right? So hopefully you have more tools, because every generation has more tools, right? Your kids will have more tools than you. I'm sorry if that hurts. It's true. And so hopefully, I mean, it's a generalization, but it's true because of the culture. It's true because of our access to things, right? It's true because self-betterment is now a lifestyle. You know, back then, no one went and saw their therapist unless they were technically, quote unquote, crazy, right? Now it's a luxury. So my point, I'm bird walking, but my point is, don't ask yourself if you're ready. And also, you meet people when you least expect it, right? And so, and this is why you have to do everything you can now daily today, because there's a ticking clock and you are going to meet someone. So when you do find someone who deserves you, you're going to bring the best version of yourself, you know, to the table, right? And the best version of yourself is always a flow and evolution. You're always changing, growing. There is no like reaching the island, now I'm ready. Unless you have a pattern of not being alone because you can't be alone, right? Then maybe you should be alone. Woo! All right, I just hit the wrong button. Let me click that off. Guys, what's up? How are you? It is Tuesday, and I've had too much caffeine, which is always makes a great recipe for an Instagram Live. Just turn that shit on when you feel it. Someone says we have different love languages. We have different love language. Did my mom write this? We have different love language. Can we really have a happy, healthy marriage? Yes. Just because you speak a different love language doesn't mean that you can't build a healthy relationship, right? You know, I think most of us have different love languages. So it's about understanding how we give and receive love, understanding how our partner gives and receives love. And in that understanding, then we adjust, right? If you don't know what your partner's love language is and they don't love you the way that you love them, then you may jump to conclusions and define that as, oh, they don't love me, or we're not a good fit, or there's not enough chemistry, like all of that stuff. So understanding is everything. Understanding you, understanding your partner, right? And it's not a one-time thing. It's a constant, because we're always changing, right? So as you guys understand each other, what you put weight on, what your definition of love is, how you just maneuver through the world, right? And part of this, of course, is the way that you love, your language. Then it's that understanding where you then have the you do have the ability to produce glue, relationship glue, understand each other, and build something. All right, I don't know if that made any sense. If someone wasn't upfront about what they wanted, let's see, what else here? So many questions. Thank you for asking the questions. It gives me something to do every day. How does one deal with the chaotic, nonlinear disappointments of 2020? Holy shit. You are asking the wrong guy. Actually, let me answer that. Because I don't know if I have the answer, and maybe you guys can help me. Guys, help me answer this last question. How does one? I think it's a great question as we go into 2021. Let me take a breath. How does one deal with the chaotic, nonlinear disappointments of 2020? I'm going to start with soil. And what I mean by that is getting very grounded, remembering to breathe, getting out of your head, and giving yourself the basics, the fundamentals, right? So I don't know what that is for you. I think The Rock says working out anchors him, right? He uses it as an anchor. What anchors you? So ask yourself what you need. For me, it's working out. It's getting on my motorcycle every day. It's listening to podcasts. Feeding my brain. So let's end with this. There are needs that we have, right? So if you have no idea, maybe you start here. There's your intellectual need, right? And I get that through headphones and podcasts and videos and who you follow and all that. There's your physical need, so connection to your body. How are you doing that? For some, it's yoga. For some, it's weightlifting. Whatever, right? Your creative need, and this is a need. This is not extra. The space that you create in your life to be creative, right? To allow yourself to hit that kind of I don't know what the word is, but flow states, exercising the right side of your brain. There is your sexual need, and this isn't just about sex. This is about your need to feel sexy. I started this talking about underwear that's too tight. That's not going to make you feel sexy, right? So how are you fulfilling your creative need? Maybe it's about letting go of tight underwear, right? Maybe it starts there. Or maybe it's working out, or maybe it's eating better. I don't know. Whatever it is that makes you feel sexy, because we're sexual beings. Did I say beans? We're sexual beings. Beings. Yes, I do have a master's, guys. English is my second language. No, it's not. Okay, the fifth one is your spiritual need. And this isn't about religion. This is about us believing we are spiritual creatures and fulfilling our spiritual need. And I have a friend who surfs, and he says he meets God in the water, right? And so he's killing two birds. He is fulfilling his spiritual need, and he's also fulfilling his physical need, right? So they can overlap. And then what else? Financial need, because that's real. Right now, people are stressed the fuck out because they're out of jobs and they're, they don't know how they're going to pay their rent. That's a real thing. I don't want to minimize that. So fulfilling your financial needs, so working toward some financial security so you're not going to sleep, thinking the sky is falling. So that's 6. And, the last one, your emotional need. The space that you give yourself to express your emotions, how you feel. We are pressure cookers, guys, and we have our own responsibility to unleash that valve. And so in order to do so, we have to create that space. So whether it's with your partner, a therapist, coach, your best friend, you have to have a space where you are expressing your emotions. And so they're not, pent up and pushed down, right? So if you think about the 4 food groups in elementary school, we'll think about these needs as the 6 or 7 food groups for you to have a healthier life. I almost said the word balanced, but I don't like that word. I don't believe in it. So start here. This is how you deal with the chaotic, non-linear disappointments of 2020. Start here with fundamental stuff, and then work yourself up the ladder, up the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But I think we all have to start with soil, and even more fundamental. Are you getting sleep? Are you getting hydration? Are you getting distance from your thoughts? Right, all of that stuff. Are you getting support and encouragement from loved ones, because you are putting yourself into and engaging with people that care about you? Or are you isolating, right? Guys, thank you for joining me this lovely afternoon on a Tuesday. The large amount of caffeine that I digested did not translate into me being a dick, so I feel good about that, and thank you. Come again.